Imagine this. You unlock the door to a cozy Airbnb after a long, exhausting trip. It's quiet. Too quiet. You feel a chill, but shake it off. You're here to relax. But what if, no matter how alone you think you are, you're never truly alone? What if someone, or something, refuses to check out? This isn't a story I heard from someone else. This happened to me, and it's a night I'll never forget. It started like any other trip. I booked a picturesque Airbnb tucked away in a quiet neighborhood. The listing promised comfort, charm, and peace. When I arrived, everything seemed perfect, almost too perfect. The house was a beautiful old Victorian, the kind of place that looks straight out of a movie. White picket fence, wraparound porch, ivy creeping up the sides. But standing in front of it, I felt something off. The air was heavier somehow, like the house was holding its breath. I unlocked the door, and the first thing that hit me was the smell. It wasn't unpleasant, but it was strange. A faint scent of lavender, mingled with something else. Something old and stale, like the air hadn't moved in years. The place was spotless, almost like no one had ever stayed there. The furniture looked barely touched, and the bed was made so neatly, it felt unnatural. Yet, that smell of lavender lingered, oddly comforting, but somehow out of place. I noticed a suitcase in the corner of the bedroom, half open. I assumed the cleaning crew forgot it. Pattern interrupt. Ever notice how it's never a suitcase full of cash? No, it's always something creepy. I wasn't about to open it. Not yet. I called the host. No answer. I figured I'd sort it out later and settled in. But the first red flag wasn't the suitcase. It was the knocking. The sound came around 10 p.m. 3 soft, deliberate knocks on the front door. I peeked through the window. Nothing. The street was empty. No cars. No people. I shook it off. Maybe a branch hit the door, but deep down I knew better. That night, I woke up to a faint tapping sound. Not on the door this time. On the bedroom window, tap, tap, tap. My heart pounded in my ears. I pulled the curtain back slowly. Nothing. Just the empty street. But as I turned to get back into bed, I heard it, a whisper, soft, unmistakable. "Why are you in my room?" My heart stopped. I searched the house, heart pounding. Every room was empty, but the suitcase, now closed, I swore I left it open. Cliffhanger. And then, the bedroom light flicked on by itself. I wasn't imagining this. I wasn't alone. I grabbed my phone to call the host again. Finally, an answer. But what the host said made my blood run cold. "Sir, are you sure you're at the right address? No one stayed in that property for months." I checked my booking. The address was right. The house was right. But the host, they swore they never listed this place. At that point, I should have left. But I couldn't. Something made me stay. Curiosity? Stubbornness? Or maybe something else didn't want me to leave. The next day, I noticed little things. The mirror in the bathroom had words faintly written on it when the steam rose from my shower. "Help me." My suitcase, which I left zipped, was half open. My phone alarm went off at exactly 3:13 a.m., even though I never set it. The lavender smell grew stronger, suffocating, and I started hearing footsteps. Light, careful steps like someone pacing just outside my door. Determined to get to the bottom of it, I searched online for any history of the property. What I found was more horrifying than I could have imagined. A woman named Claire had stayed there a year prior. She was reported missing, never found. Her last known location, The very Airbnb I was in. I checked the suitcase again, trembling. This time, I noticed something I hadn't before. A faded luggage tag with Claire's name. That's when the bedroom door slammed shut. A voice, louder this time, came from behind me. I never checked out. The lavender scent turned acrid, like rotting flowers. The air felt thick, pressing on my chest. I grabbed my things and ran, but the front door wouldn't budge. I yanked, twisted the handle, pounded on the wood. Nothing. From upstairs I heard slow, deliberate footsteps. They weren't light this time. They were heavy, purposeful. The voice echoed again, closer. Don't go. Please, stay with me. I didn't look back. I charged at the window, smashing through the glass. I hit the ground hard, scraped and bleeding, but I didn't stop running. I never booked an Airbnb again. And maybe, neither should you, or at least double-check that guest log first. Because sometimes, the guests who leave 5-star reviews never really leave. If this story kept you up tonight, and I'm guessing it did, you're going to want to hear about the ghostly tenant. Haunted messages in the mirror. Trust me, it gets even stranger. Click the next video on the end screen, and remember, some spirits check in, but they never check out.